After failing to release the highly anticipated Vultures 2 on the promised release date, Ye has allegedly decided to change the direction of his upcoming album, moving away from the trap-heavy style in favor of a more chill and ambient sound. We got a preview of this new sound in a recently released Cactus Jack promo video, with the ad focusing on Ye as an unheard song of his acted as the soundtrack. Travis Scott posted the clip, so maybe we can expect him to be featured on Vultures 2 if the album ever does release, but over the last couple of weeks since my last update video, we also got some pretty interesting information about Volume 2 from the other half of Vultures, that being Ty Dolla $ign. Ty legendarily went on Vitali's Catching Predators kick stream in one of the most random and legendary moments of the entire Vultures rollout so far. He revealed some details about the record while also almost taking part in a murder. We're going to get into all of that and more, I promise. So without further ado, let's get all caught up and cover what we know about Ye and Ty Dolla $ign's upcoming and now late collab effort, Vultures 2. I say late there, and for those who aren't familiar, Ye previously announced a couple weeks back that Vultures 2 would be dropping on May 3rd in an interview with Justin LeBoy, and we're about a couple weeks away from May 3rd now. Album still has not dropped. Now with hindsight, we can kind of try and see why the album did not release, and there's two insiders who claim that the album was finished and Ye just decided not to drop it. Now both of those insiders are pretty reliable, number one being Alec and number two being Heaven or Hell, who specifically on the weekend of May 3rd said, yo, this album's coming out at the latest by the weekend and it is being released on the Yeezy app. However, another insider who has become very reliable for Ye information, being Loot, he said that the album was never finished on May 3rd. So very interesting to see all the differing opinions from these sources. No matter what the progress of the record was on May 3rd, one thing is clear now, and that is by the day of me filming this video, May 16th, we still don't fucking have it. It's not available to be bought or listened to. Now, just a few hours after I released my last Vultures 2 update video, Kendrick Lamar would do a pump fake on Drake. They were deep into their beef, and Drake would drop Family Matters, and just minutes later, Kendrick would drop Meet the Grams, one of the most sinister diss tracks of all time and my personal favorite out of the whole Kendrick-Drake diss track catalog. Kendrick did this not only to obliterate Drake on the song, but also show that he has a mole in the OVO camp, in Drake's camp. And many people think because Kendrick and Kanye are on the same side of this whole hip-hop beef right now, that maybe Kendrick told Ye, don't drop Vultures on May 3rd because I am going to be dropping Meet the Grams. That's a theory some fans have. I think it is interesting enough to say it and entertain it here. The only real piece of new Ye material we would hear around that May 3rd date was a snippet released by Rich the Kid 2 days after the 3rd on the 5th, where you can hear Ye sliding over a beat, which is great, but like, where the fuck is the album? Now we get to talk about Ty going on Vitali's kickstream, which is my personal favorite moment of the entire Vultures trilogy rollout so far. You gotta understand the context of this. We're all waiting for this album to drop on May 3rd. We get no word from Ye at all. His Instagram's deactivated. Like nothing, no one's speaking from his camp. And then all of a sudden, there's this notification that randomly Ty is going on this fucking kick streamers thing to literally catch pedophiles. Like, what the fuck is this? Before they hit the streets, because yes, they literally fucking went out there and caught actual child predators, Ty would chill out with Vitali in his van or some shit as they were driving to the location, and they would basically answer questions from chat. People could donate and have the voice-to-speech thing with their donations and ask Ty questions, and we actually got some pretty interesting information about the album. That is, if any of this is true, because it kind of seems like Ty doesn't really know what the fuck's going on with Vultures 2. All of his parts are done, and it's all up to Ye. That's kind of my perspective anyway. I'm going to go through the bullet points here anyhow. The first thing Ty would reveal is that he would say that they're finishing the album and is releasing ASAP. Could be tomorrow, could be Friday. It was neither of those fucking dates. He said that he is not revealing the track list because they've already played some songs before at the previous listening parties, that select few before Rolling Loud where they played the Volume 2 tracks. But he said there's a lot of songs on Vultures 2, or set to be on the album at this point in time anyhow, that we haven't heard yet. So that's pretty exciting. He said he was on the way to meet up with YG and do a music video for Do It later that day. And then someone asked if JPEG Mafia, they said, is Peggy rapping on Vultures 2, like not just producing as he actually featured, which Ty said, for sure, man, for sure, which it's probably like he doesn't even know who Peggy is. Ty said all 3 volumes of Vultures will still be dropping in 2024, and that everybody could still be released. See, all of his answers were very safe. This could be happening. For sure, JPEG Mafia is on Vultures, so I don't know how much this is trustworthy and safe information, especially because even if we got news from Ye himself about the album, I wouldn't believe it at this point. Ty also did play Field Trip, but he played such a small part of it, and we've heard the track so many times that honestly, like, I almost forgot. I forgot to write it in my fucking doc here. It was just so, like, uneventful. But then Ty would go on to provide the best content of the entire Vultures rollout, shaving a pedo's head, smoking a joint while running after him, taking part in a fake car accident, and then dipping right before a different pedophile got fucking knocked out in broad daylight and then taken to the hospital.
Freaky ass nigga.
Good question.
Good question. Freaky ass nigga.
The following days would really be the precursor for the Vultures 2 dry season, as we would get some info dumps from Loot and Joy Boy, which were pretty big, but then the last time we really heard from Ty or Ye about the album specifically would be that Vitali kick stream. But let's get into the info dumps here, starting with Loot's on May 6th. He would say that Poppin's real name is Pay-Per-View, that's the song with Project Pat, and then Let Me Chill Out, the song with Takeoff and NBA Youngboy. That is apparently now called Ye About Mine, which is a lyric from Takeoff's verse. He would reveal some additional information about Vultures 2 the following day, and this is the big information pertaining to Ye changing the sonic sound of the project. Loot would say that Volume 2 might be taking a new direction. Kanye has been working on a lot of new music, parentheses unheard stuff, recently with a different sound than the stuff we heard before. In my opinion, Loot said it's more chill and less trap and hype sound, if that makes sense. Now, the way I interpreted this is that Ye is moving away from the trap sounds of the Vultures trilogy so far, like Don't Kill the Party and IG Model, and being in the studio working on new music currently, he is not working on that style as much as he is working on the ambient, ethereal sounds, kind of similar to the War James Blake era stuff in late 2022. Ye obviously wasn't happy with the current state of Vultures 2. He did not feel it was adequate enough to be released, unless it was a problem with the Yeezy app, which we will get to. But allegedly, the plan was to drop Vultures 2 on May 3rd on the Monday of that week of May 3rd, according to Joy Boy in a previous info dump. He obviously wasn't happy with that version of the album, so they're reworking stuff, be that adding songs or maybe even removing them, which we'll get into in a little bit here. I'm just hoping that the trap-heavy bangers like IG Model don't get removed, because I am personally a fan of that track and Don't Kill the Party. I'm sure I'm missing some too. We'll see what happens though. Saint Leon will give us some even more insight on this new direction that Ye is taking for Vultures 2, if the album is even called that anymore. Joy Boy would say, as of now, there's no intention to go forward with Yeezy PORN. I want to be monetized here, people, sorry. The decision has been made after people were fired the other week. Album was delayed due to this situation and change. Ye is back onto a healthier lifestyle, as another insider has stated the tone of the album could shift to a less horny version of Ye, but I do not have confirmation. Regarding past info, I've always stated the truth and never said anything I did not have confirmation on. There was listening parties to be programmed that have been paused, and Vultures was supposed to come on the 3rd. I cannot force Ye to stick to his word. Now with this news, people kind of got carried away in my opinion, saying like Jesus is going to do the laundry, they're going to switch Vultures 2 and make it a religious gospel album like Yandhi'd and Jesus is King. Jesus did the laundry. It'd be pretty crazy if Ye scrapped all of his songs with Ty, decided to not go through with the trilogy, and then just drop a completely religious album after Vultures and all the lyrics and everything. That'd be kind of a crazy 180. The sad part is Ye has done crazier things in his career, but I really think you can make an album that has a song like Take Off Your Dress alongside a song like River. I don't think that's too crazy, and as long as you pace the album correctly, it won't be as schizophrenic as it may seem on paper. But then, after hearing all this news regarding Ye taking a new direction for Vultures 2, Ye's longtime creative director, Aus Taylor, posts end of an era on socials after tweeting out a bunch of 2s. And it's like, is this guy off Yeezy now? This guy literally took the picture that is the cover art for Vultures 1, the first record. It's like, what the fuck? Now, according to some people, Oss still works for Yeezy, but it's like, with all this news going down, then the creative director for Ye, who's been by his side throughout this entire Vultures rollout, tweets end of an era. It's like, what the fuck is going on? We'll see. There's still no official confirmation, but I don't know, man. But this is when rumors started to go around about Ye meeting with Nick Fuentes. And can we please not fucking do this again? Nick Fuentes is the loser that was really the main culprit of Ye going down the anti-Semitic rabbit hole in late 2022. He's a complete dweeb, little dork who streams from his mom's fucking basement and is too big of a pussy to listen to Playboi Carti.
He doesn't have 3 sentences to put together, cause he's an imbecile.
This is a guy who brags about never being laid in his life. He says racial and homophobic slurs to appear edgy to his fucking 12-year-old incel audience. Great fucking guy. But on to the better news. Talk about a better Ye collaborator, Travis Scott. On the 9th of May, it's been quiet since May 3rd, really, regarding Ye, Vultures 2, any new material and music from Ye. But Travis Scott would randomly post out of nowhere this Cactus Jack advertisement, where Ye is the focal point of the entire video. Caption of the post read Ye and the Jack, and throughout the entire promo video, the soundtrack is this brand new Ye song never before heard called Nights on the Moon. It's a very chilled out track, very ambient sounding, and Ye is just harmonizing and singing over the instrumental. But according to Loot, we have some additional information regarding this song. First off, let me say that this advertisement, this video, it wasn't like announcing a brand new Ye album with Travis or anything. This was just an advertisement for clothes and a new Travis Scott shoe. The thing is, the advertisement had a kid, and the little fucking kid is wearing a shirt that has the number 2 on it, so it was like, oh shit, Vultures 2? Apparently not. It's cool, Ye, Travis's mentor, though, is there for this ad with Travis releasing this new sneaker. I feel like a fucking boomer using the word sneaker. Let's get into the news from Loot about this song, Nights on the Moon. He revealed the name of it and said this. The version of the track that he heard was 3 minutes long, and it features Young Moose. Moose is one of the 3 rappers Ye listed in a recent interview when talking about his favorite artists. So, pretty interesting, they already linked up. That being said, I'm interested to see what the fuck he's gonna sound on this thing, because it is a very James Blake-esque chill instrumental, but if this is the new direction for Vultures 2, as long as we could keep a few of the grails, I'm down. Keeping on the ambient new vibe of the record, we also learned on the 13th of May that Let Go, which is an old song from the early Donda 2021 sessions, has been brought back in consideration for the Vultures 2 record. We'll see if it ends up on Vultures 2 or not, but we would get the most news throughout this entire period of time from an interview that Leaky did with the great Saint Leon Joy Boy. There is so much fucking information out of this interview. I'm going to go ahead and read it here, and I'm just going to read it all out. We'll debrief after. Let's get into it. So first off, regarding Volume 1 information, Joy Boy would reveal that the producers of Volume 1 didn't know that Ye did the Volume 1 listening parties. The new mixes didn't drop because they were terrible. Flowers and Future Sounds were worked on during the Italy sessions and were on an early 40-track long track list from Italy. The Vultures song intro, where you hear Ty say all eyes are on me, won't tell no lies, blah blah blah. I guess that was from another fully finished Vultures song, which is crazy. But now we move on to Volume 2 information, to which Saint Leon would reveal that the album was Donda 2 level finished on May 3rd. Field Trip and Fried are finished, and that's why Ty was playing them. There are a lot of songs with Ye currently, but no Ty. There is no set date currently for Volume 2's release. They're still making new songs. And then finally, the song Nights on the Moon that was in the Travis Cactus Jack video. The song is just used for promotion of Travis's shoes, and it's not some kind of Volume 2 single to promote the new album. Leaky and Saint Leon got to talking about War, the unfinished Kanye, No ID, and James Blake collab album, to which Joy Boy would say that Ye and James Blake were working on some songs, but not for the album, and that there's a lot of songs that are worked on from that era that are for Vultures currently. Regarding Ye's alleged solo album that we've heard about for over 6+ months now, Saint Leon will reveal that he is still working on a solo project, that being Ye, of course. There are some songs set for the solo only that Ye is setting aside for that project, and that there are the same chances for Ye's solo album in Volume 2 releasing, which, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the sound of that. Now, regarding the Yeezy app, which we're going to get into in extensive detail pretty soon here, Joy Boy would say, the info about the app development being paused is right. The developers worked very hard and the app is very cool. It is possible for the album to drop somewhere else than the app, and then a version of the app was finished on May 3rd. You guys may remember Ye announcing with North that the elementary school dropout North's debut album was coming soon. Joy Boy actually would provide some information about North's album. He would say that North is doing all the sampling and the producers are just guiding her. The producers are closer to the Kim side of things, and that the album just started on working when it was announced. But then he got into just miscellaneous Ye information, which I'm going to read off here. He would say that Yeezy Posts and Yeezy Defense Team are often right, which are two Ye fan pages. He said that nobody knew about Ye doing Yeezy porn except for Ye. Ye and Ty recently are working in studios solo and later just meeting up to show each other what they've been working on, not mainly for music. The song with Gambino, Say Less, is 99% not AI, and Saint Leon would actually reveal later that his source for that is fucking Oz Taylor, the Yeezy creative director, or the former creative director now, apparently. We'll see. He would say that Ye doesn't really care about him leaking information about the projects. He can't say anything about City Underground. So-Called Friends is really good. That is the song with Ye and Freddie Gibbs, by the way. And he says that there's a back and forth between Ye and Freddie in the second part, and Ty's part on the track is really good. Apparently, Joy Boy sung a part of the chorus with some lyrics from it being, all these so-called friends, all these so-called friends. So that seems like it's going to be fucking fire. Apparently, they had dates for the Vultures tour, but it wasn't booked. Yeezy is currently rebranding. He doesn't know anything about Love, 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 and hasn't heard about it before the live stream. And then Ye made pods that go all the way to the thighs. So that's where we're capping it here. So some very interesting news emerged from that interview with Saint Leon and Leaky. And Leaky certainly did a great fucking job with the interview. But we would get some bad news a few days after that conversation, as on the 15th of May, an insider would come forward and reveal that allegedly the song Take Off Your Dress, one of the biggest grails for the Vultures 2 era, has been removed from the current Vultures Volume 2 track list. The song sounded pretty much finished from the last time we heard it. The only problem was, number one, there might be an issue clearing the sample, and number two, where is Ty going to play into anything on this song? Then we heard the news about Ty replacing the sample with his vocals, which I wasn't very optimistic about. Some people said it would be fine. But now, allegedly, it's just been taken off the track list. Maybe if I'm an optimist, I'm saying, with news from Joy Boy about Ye taking some songs and putting them aside for the solo album, maybe he's doing that with Take Off Your Dress. I'm not an optimist, though. Another theory people are running with right now is with the Yeezy app being exiled, which we're going to get into in a few minutes. I keep fucking saying that. I promise we're going to get into it. Some believe that Ye is getting ready to put the album on streaming, and Take Off Your Dress would have sample clearance issues along with a song like Gun to My Head, and some people are theorizing that these songs with sample clearance issues are being taken off the track list because they're not going to make it onto streaming without some hefty lawsuits. I don't know. The positive side of things is that Loot would come forward and confirm a couple of songs that are still on the track list, still a lock for Volume 2, and those tracks being River, Slide, and Promotion. To back this up, producer AOAA recently has been working, according to his files, on Promotion, River, Slide, and Time Moving Slow, and this is a guy who's produced for Ye and Ty previously. So those songs are definitely at least in talks of being on Volume 2 or maybe even Volume 3, no matter what, being released in the future as they are currently being worked on. We also got access to a list of files that were recently sent to Ty by one of his producers, that man being Hitmaker. So these were sent to Ty. The track titles, or the file names anyway, were Love You Better, Sometimes, Like I Do, Double Standards, Streets, and Can't Sleep. Those could be new Vulture songs that Ye is cooking up that Ty needs to lay some vocals down on. Time will tell. We talked about Rich the Kid earlier premiering that track with Ye on it, and Ye sounded really good over the beat. He would say on Twitter on May 15th that him and Ye currently have 2 songs in the vault right now ready for release. He said the new one is insane, but both are gas, so I'm looking forward to it. Carnival certainly was a hit. And he said that his album is coming in June. So I'm imagining we're at least going to hear one of those vaulted tracks on his upcoming album, which is supposed to be produced by Ye and Ty Dolla $ign. Now we're getting towards the end of this video, and the main two topics we're going to discuss here are the Yeezy app and Milo Yiannopoulos, and it all kind of starts with this info dump from YouTuber On That Note. So he comes forward with this big info dump. He says stuff about, big thing with Yeezy shoes is coming soon. It's not related to Adidas or Nike or anything, but Ye's going to basically alter old Yeezy so he can sell them on Yeezy.com, blah, 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 all this information, and a lot of stuff that kind of made Milo look like a baby face, if you will. So a few days go by, and on the 16th, a few days after this info dump is published, Leaky comes out and says, hey, we got to talk about this. This is not the fault of On That Note. He was not trying to do this maliciously and put out fake information, but Leaky would basically reveal that the guy who gave him this info, his insider, was a guy named Chad Spencer, who worked for Yeezy, and he basically gave On That Note this info as a way to make Milo look good. Leaky would debunk the information about shoes, saying nothing is going on with Ye and shoes right now, but the thing that we do know to be true is that the Yeezy app situation is absolutely fucked, and we got to cover that right now. Now, we've heard about this Yeezy VSN app thing for, 2 months now, ever since Ye started talking about not releasing Vultures 2 on streaming due to streaming not paying artists an adequate amount for streams. I've personally heard about this thing a little bit longer, though, and immediately when I was presented with the information, I said either one of two things is going to happen. Number one, Ye is going to make them do all the work and then take the app, utilize it, and not pay them, or he is going to go ahead and have them do all the work, and when they finish it, he's going to ghost them and not utilize the app whatsoever. And it seems kind of like a combo of those two scenarios has happened here. And I was right. However, I feel very bad for those who did the hard work and worked on the app, because that fucking sucks, man. We learned all about this publicly this past Wednesday as Milo Yiannopoulos would post this large document on socials telling Yeezy, Bianca, and Ye what the issues are regarding the abandonment of the app and the ghosting of these employees. This comes after his resignation from Yeezy, officially cutting ties with Ye and leaving the company as the former chief of staff, citing that as a former homosexual, he did not want to be around any creation or distribution of pornography as it might trigger him, which tells you kind of all you need to know about this character. This document would be pretty interesting, though, revealing some information about the perspective of those who worked on the app. What you need to know is that this Yeezy app has kind of been in the works since earlier this year, 2024. The main idea for the app was to have, a place where a Ye fan could go for everything Yeezy, be that the clothing, shoes, and of course the main selling point, music. Ye was on his anti-streaming campaign and wanted to have a place where he could officially release music and provide that service to the fans for a monthly fee. Now, this document would reveal that Ye worked the people on the project like crazy, trying to meet the May 3rd release date for Vultures 2. Apparently, they got the app done by May 3rd, but Ye still wrongfully terminated them. The Yeezy app people were allegedly never paid, and now are demanding the pay by the day of this video's release, Friday, May 17th, or they'll shut these services down completely. I'm going to assume that Milo posted this on socials because Yeezy and Ye hasn't responded to this document yet, and if that's the case, and Ye only has 24 more hours to respond in order to save this Yeezy app, I'm going to assume that this app's fucking done for. It truly does suck that the people who are working on this app are not getting paid. However, there is some positive to come out of this if you're looking at a perspective only from trying to get Ye's new music, right? Because it seems like if they're terminating this app, I don't think Ye's going to pay these people in another couple of hours here. I'm going to assume that the app's going to be terminated, and that means Ye would have to either sign up a whole new crew to create a whole different app, or just put this music on either his website or streaming. Streaming is looking like the more probable outcome here, and in an unfortunate situation for the people who worked on the app, that is a W for the fans. According to a lot of people, this is the main reason that May 3rd did not happen. Ye decided to scrap the whole concept, and of course there were so many firings around that May 3rd date as well. Just seemed like a very chaotic time to release a project, considering all the things going on at Yeezy. But truly, we are in the dry season now. There was a snippet of Nights on the Moon that released on Instagram. Someone posted it and you could hear more of the instrumental. And then also we heard news regarding the Donna Summers estate settling for good, parentheses, Don't Die, a Vultures 1 track that was taken off streaming due to sample clearance issues. Apparently that lawsuit's been settled. This is a long fucking video, man. We'll see what happens with that track and if they decide to put it back on streaming, which I hope they do because it's great. But as long as this dry season continues, I am going to just start doing videos on other artists, which is great because while it does suck news is slow, I could talk about other great artists. I think my next video is going to be covering Playboi Carti and the news about his apparently now stalled upcoming project that who even knows if that will drop this year anyway. But I haven't got the chance to talk about Hood by Air or 2024 or any of those great tracks, so if nothing else, that'll be fun. Maybe I'll also do another video about JPEG Mafia's upcoming album in a few weeks with more details emerging on that project, and apparently, according to Peggy himself, the project releasing very soon. We'll see. But if you want to hear about what videos I'm releasing next and when, you're going to want to go ahead and follow me on socials. And you can follow me on Twitter at DigitalXDWNLD and Instagram at just Casey Culkin. But that's pretty much all we got regarding Vultures 2 updates. As news continues to cycle through, I will do an update video. If a bunch of fucking news comes through, Playboi Carti's not doing shit, I'll fucking do a Vultures update. But I always like when I get to talk about other artists on this channel, and I don't even care if it gets less views, it's good for my mental fucking health, man. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching. I will see ya in the next one.